Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders notched a pair of big wins in Alaska and Washington on Saturday, March 26th, chipping away at frontrunner Hillary Clinton's lead in the race to pick the party's candidate for the White House. Sanders was aiming for a sweep in 3 western states. Hawaii was also holding a contest that would generate more momentum in his bid to overtake Clinton.
Let me begin by thanking the people of Alaska for giving us a resounding victory tonight. We are making significant inroads in Secretary Clinton's lead, and we have, with your support coming here in Wisconsin, we have a path toward victory.
Clinton, the former Secretary of State, has increasingly turned her attention toward a potential November 8th general election, claiming she's on the path to wrapping up the nomination. Coming into Saturday, she had led Sanders by about 300 pledged delegates in the race for the 2,382 delegates needed to be nominated at the July convention. But Sanders cut into the lead by 25 after his Alaska and Washington victories. He's also expected to perform well in Hawaii, where results are not yet available, but he does have the powerful backing of Rep. Tulsi Gabbard, an Iraq War veteran who has been campaigning for Sanders after resigning as vice chair of the Democratic National Committee last month.
Bernie Sanders voted against the Iraq War. He understands the cost of war, that cost is continued when our veterans come home. Bernie Sanders will defend our country and take the trillions of dollars that are spent on these interventionist, regime change, unnecessary wars and invest it here at home.
Adding in the support of superdelegates, party officials who are free to back any candidate, Clinton has a commanding 1,690 delegates to 946 for Sanders. But if Sanders can win 2/3 of the remaining delegates to catch Clinton, it is expected superdelegates will back the Democratic candidate with the popular mandate. Sanders has energized the party's liberal base and young voters with his call to rein in Wall Street, provide single-payer health care, and so-called free trade deals, and has been an unabashed critic of corporate power, which is part of the reason much of the mainstream media has consistently given Sanders less coverage than other candidates and written off the possibility of a Sanders come-from-behind victory. But Sanders has vowed to continue his campaign until the convention, pointing to polls showing his huge gains. He's now virtually tied with Clinton nationally, and he's polling better against Republicans than she is. After raising $140 million from small donations averaging about $27 each, he has the money to fight on as long as he wants. The Democratic race now moves to contest in Wisconsin on April 5th, where Clinton holds a slim 2.5-point lead with 96 delegates up for grabs. Some, like award-winning author Robert McChesney, argue that if Sanders can capitalize on his current momentum, he could catch Clinton.
If Bernie Sanders wins in Wisconsin and wins big, then I think we go into the New York primary on April 19th with basically it being completely wide open at that point. It's a level playing field. So Bernie's going to have 2 complete weeks to campaign on nothing but New York State. He's going to be able to go to every corner of the state, every corner of New York City, and make his case and let people see him in action. And that should bode very well. That will be a test. We've never seen Bernie have 2 solid weeks in one state going straight up against Hillary. And he's going to be going up against the Democratic Party machine in that state, including de Blasio and the governor. And it's going to be a machine that's going to come at him with everything firing. But at the same time, Bernie is the classic outsider. New York State's voters, that's registered Democratic voters, tend to be very progressive. I like his chances. I think this is exactly where Bernie Sanders would like to make this fight for the future of both the Democratic Party, progressive politics in the nation be fought. And on April 20th, the day after that, I think we'll have a very clear sense of whether it's a legitimate race or who the favorite is.
For The Real News, this is Jess Lenore.